So, how many of you saw this yesterday? Man of Tomorrow, some of the actors being added to play DCU's Brainiac have been revealed. This is on the heels of it being confirmed by the trades that Brainiac is the big bad of Man of Tomorrow. Now, we've actually already talked about this. I forget the exact context before, but it was something that was out there. There was leaked concept art. You know, Gunn was sort of teasing some stuff. Man of Tomorrow itself kind of hints at the idea of those two teaming up and going up against Brainiac. Okay, so basically it gets confirmed. Let's get into this article here, because beyond confirming it, they discuss what insiders are saying about the potential actor that will play Brainiac. Kind of interesting. Yesterday evening, the trades confirmed what we'd long suspected by revealing that Brainiac will be the main villain in DC Studios' Superman sequel, Man of Tomorrow. Filmmaker James Gunn already teased the iconic villain's debut when he shared a first look at the movie's script, and at this point, anyone else would have been disappointed fans. Sure, yeah, that's fair. Now, though we don't have word on who Gunn is meeting with we do have word on who is meeting with Gunn to potentially play Brainiac. Grace Randolph was the first to share the news that David Hyde Pierce from Frasier, Wallace Shawn from Young Sheldon, and Claes Bang, Dracula, were all possibly in the mix. Since then, Nexus Point News, Apocalypse Horseman has revealed, I can confirm I heard Klaus Bang too, but there's a handful of others who are going to be tested, so it's undecided. Bang is a talented actor who has played some despicable characters throughout his career. Look no further than Apple TV's Bad Sisters. However, this continues an interesting trend in the DCU of Gunn looking at actors to play these heroes and villains who aren't on the A-list. Yes, that's fair. Is it a cost-cutting measure, or is the DC Studios co-CEO simply seeking the right people for the job, relying on the characters themselves to help sell tickets? Both could potentially be true. We'll see what happens, but Gunn testing actors is likely how the Wrap managed to confirm that Brainiac is the big bad of Man of Tomorrow. Hopefully this means we can expect official casting news before the end of the year. Yeah, so that's a kind of another thing. This is also like a little side story to almost all the stories we've been talking about lately, guys. A lot of people just kind of like putting it out there, explaining like what's going on. And yeah, this is coming from a casting grid, you know. This is documentation that goes out to agents, managers, and all kinds of people in Hollywood, because that's how you would get access to the potential actors that would be your character. Now, the Scoopers have had access to casting grids for a long, long time, because they're like public info. You know what I mean? Like it gets passed around and all of that. So Apocalypse Horseman, Grace Randolph, all of these different people, you know, they're likely correct in assuming that casting is kicking off. That's how the Wrap was able to actually confirm that it's Brainiac. Okay, so that's kind of interesting. Now let's look at the tweets from Grace and the others here. So Brainiac, Frasier. Frasier. Which one's this guy? And then this guy. Okay. What's this guy's name? Is this the Klaus guy? Is this the guy that Nexus Point said it probably was? Chat, what is happening? Chat. Is this the guy? Is this the guy, dude? Okay, so apparently this guy's the GOAT. You guys like this? This guy's a very distinct voice, does he not? And doesn't it kind of sound like, I can't imagine his voice as Brainiac. Wouldn't you have to modulate that? He's iconic, goated casting. Wow, you guys are really high on this pick. I don't like this. Wait a minute. So why do y'all like this pick? Maybe I'm getting this wrong. You know what I mean? Mark Strong would be excellent. This guy had been around for eons. Brainiac, yeah. He played Niles, not Frasier. Oh, okay, sure. That's the voice of Stewie's brother from Family Guy. Inconceivable. Yeah, does he have a silly voice? I'm pretty sure he has a silly voice, dude. What is happening here? What is going on? Okay, so if we look at all these picks, because, like, remember, it's fun to look at what's the pattern here. This guy, I don't know this guy at all, okay? What's the deal with this guy? Now, look, I'll play fair. I'll play nice. It is possible that what Gunn is looking for is distinguished, old, wise man. Like, Brainiac is potentially billions, maybe trillions of years old. He has the intellect and wisdom of thousands, if not millions, of species and planets. He is brilliant. Yeah, so it seems as though they are going for old, distinct man, so to speak, right? Yeah, and that seems to be kind of the move here, which I can get behind, I suppose. But let me tell you this, man. There was a moment when we thought Alan Ritchson was going to be Brainiac, and I love that pick, man. Like, I suppose the rebuttal to that would be like, can that guy actually act? Like, could he actually pull that shit off, right? But, like, I almost feel like you could do Brainiac without an incredible dramatic performance, because, like, what do they call it, the Kulchev effect or whatever, like, I call it the Gosling effect. If Richardson just played it straight, and you let the other stuff kind of bounce off of his performance, I still think it could work. You know what I mean? And for me, the physicality of that dude against our Superman and our Lex Luthor would be awesome to me. I think that would be incredible. And that's like the direction I would like to go in. It's like that sort of, dude bro coded, like, kind of a way to do it. Basically, that feels like anime energy to me, where, like, the idea of a guy as big as Alan being Brainiac feels like some anime shit. And I don't think that's a diss. I don't see that as a negative. And in fact, if we're paying attention to what's happening out there, anime shit is popping off, dude. People like it when you, like, just go for it and go over the top, dial it up, get crazy. So in that sense, I think, like, Alan would be a good pick. It could be the case that they're trying to do two, and they would have, like, Alan as the physicality, and then maybe one of these guys for the other, like, multiple actors to bring the role together. Yeah, like, that could be interesting, and I would love it. The other thing too, and I say this, and I feel like we've gotten away from this a little bit, but I think it's going to come back with Doomsday, and that is that the comic book genre itself is very similar to wrestling, and I feel like the wrestling energy of, like, at a Comic-Con or during press, having this Giga Chad, totally jacked to the gills dude sitting next to Lex Luthor and Superman, and then they ask questions, and he's like, come on, these two? I think I can handle these two. You know what I mean? And shit like that. I'm reminded of during Civil War with Marvel, when they had, like, the Downey and the sprinkled donut and all the Cap stuff, and they filmed a lot of stuff like that, and it was not the same kind of a vibe, but, like, that, I think that's a part of what makes comic book stuff so fun, is, like, the fans will really, like, root for this person or that person, and we like the idea of, like, a sort of ambassador for the character or the brand, almost being the person, like I feel very similar to how I talked about if The Rock were to actually sign this massive deal and become Apocalypse. I mean, number one, the Rock is proving that he can act in like a real way, right, with the Smashing Machine. But also, dude, nobody cuts a better promo than Dwayne The Rock fucking Johnson, dude. Like, to this day, I don't think anybody cuts a promo like him. So the idea of him being Apocalypse and cutting fucking promos on his Instagram gives me chills. You know what I mean? So, like, I want that, dude. I want that. I want that energy. I want that in like on our side. But even still, for the DC thing, that's kind of a consideration too. Like that's something that I've been thinking about. So that I don't know. I guess I need to know what you guys think about all those different picks there. It's interesting that Klaus is the one that Apocalypse heard as well. By the way, I've heard Apocalypse Horseman is like one of the most solid scoopers out there. Maybe even like the most solid scooper, but people just don't really know that. Yeah. So yeah, that's it. That's the story with the old Brainiac here. I don't think I have too much else to say about it. I guess I'll end the segment by saying this. This is a win. This is so much cooler than what they had going on in the Superman movie. And I think Gunn knows that, and I think he knows like Brainiac should, because there were rumors Brainiac was going to be a Superman villain. And he obviously didn't go that direction. So this can absolutely work. This can cook. I hope Man of Tomorrow is a big step up from Superman. And I'm a person that loved the Superman movie. Like I really genuinely loved that film, but I think it's a bit behind the times a little bit. Like the people, like again, it's that anime energy. Like you look at what's activating audiences and stuff right now. And I think this is why Doomsday is going to work. It's like they want the biggest thing, man. Like the Infinity Castle trilogy is a big deal because it's the last arc of the book. It's a trilogy of movies, some of the biggest, most incredible fights, incredible character moments. It's the cream of the crop. It's like the thing. It's the event. It's what you show up for. And I strongly feel that if the comic book genre is going to be able to sort of continue and thrive, I think they need to realize that. And so this is potentially a great step towards that outcome. And we'll pay attention, of course, to all the different rumors and stuff that come out. Could be great for DC. Could be great for Gunn. This could be absolutely incredible. I mean, Brainiac is badass. He's been in media before. So I think he was on that Krypton show. Might have even had some moments in Smallville, if I remember. There have been a few movies, a little bit of video game stuff, I think. But by and large has not been in media the same way that these other villains have. Brainiac's great. So Brainiac will probably be cold, chilling, ancient, perennial, like weird. Yeah, it's going to be awesome. It's going to be awesome. So that's the last thing I'll say on that. Guys, what do you think, man? What do you make of all that? Brainiac W, Brainiac L, James Gunn W, James Gunn L. What do you think? Bro, Rock is Apocalypse and Henry Cavill is Sinister. Sign me up for the next 15 years. That would go hard, dude. That would go pretty hard, just to be real. The Princess Bride guy feels like they were going for Patton Oswalt types. Yeah, I get that sense as well, and I'm not about that life. Like, doesn't that kind of feel like a little bit of that quirky James Gunn energy? Like, I'm telling you, like, just listen to the audience. I think the audience wants, like, Jack to the Gills Brainiac. I'm thinking it's lunchtime. Hell yeah, brother. Gunn cooked with the High Evolutionary Fair, who is very similar to Brainiac. I have faith, skeptical of some of the casting choices. Yeah, brother, it's kind of hard not to be skeptic of some of these choices, I feel, but you are correct that Gunn has done very well with villains in the past. So I loved what he did with Ronin, High Evolutionary, Ego. I don't know, maybe a swing and a miss, maybe just not for me, but yeah, he's mostly done pretty great with his villains, so hopefully he can continue that. Straddle up. The Gun jammed. Do you think the Gun jammed with these casting choices? That type is definitely not the move. What? Josh, to be fair, it won't matter whether Marvel or DC falls off. I'm still going to join the Warhammer fandom thanks to you. Okay, bud. That's a lot of caps, though, but appreciate you. Thank you. Ego was fun. Ronan was weak. I liked Ronan, man. I liked that depiction of Ronan. I liked how he was like, I don't give a damn if Thanos is the strongest being in the universe. I thought that was cool. What didn't you like about Ego? So I felt as though what he did with Ego by making him like a celestial, and also by making him kind of like, I mean, he made him Peter's father and made him Kurt Russell. That's like jokey. You know what I mean? So sure, maybe Ego the Living Planet was always a crazy fucking idea, and maybe it was always going to be goofy when it was done. But yeah, I mean, I didn't really care for Volume 2. I think it's a little too James Gunny for me. Like the Golden Aliens, like all of it's just a little too silly. Like where's the edge, you know, that I'm kind of looking for? And I felt that way with Ego too, you know, like just to be, and I think this is a fair statement. Making Ego the Living Planet a jokey Russell Crowe that's Peter Quill's father is so James Gunn. That is so James Gunn. So I didn't like it. Volume 2 is my favorite because of Baby Groot. I think Baby Groot did some heavy lifting for that movie for sure, man. Absolutely. It's so Disney. I mean, sure, you know, yeah. Visually, this will look pretty and nice on screen due to all the spectacle, but once we get down to the execution, dialogue, characters, decisions, that's where things tend to fall apart for DC movies. Yeah, but to be fair, I mean, I thought Superman was really good. So I think I continue to just say that, like, Superman didn't perform how it should have. You know, I think there could have been things done to make it more appealing to international audiences and just more people in general. It could have been a better product. But I liked it as a film. Like, as a film, I liked it. And the depiction of Superman was great, so. Kurt Russell, not Russell Crowe. Oh, yeah. Sorry. That was the other guy I don't love, Taika, who took my boy and turned him into the worst version of Zeus I've ever seen in my fucking life. Although that line where he says, have a little grape, have a little wine, is kind of funny. Remember when Taika was like, I'll ruin your mythos in a minute, baby? Brother, why? Why did you say that? It's a cosmic start. That's where the four cosmic forces and infinity stones MCU shit bore out of me. Gotta give Gunn the credit there. It's a cosmic start. That's where the four cosmic forces, infinity stones are born out of me. Give Gunn the credit there. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, it could be really cool. I mean, Brainiac is legitimately awesome, and there's a lot of lore there. I mean, I think especially because they're going to play off of what happened with Kara. I think they're going to... So, look, a little TLDR on this, guys. There was and I could be getting this wrong. I'm actually not as hardcore as a DC fan as some others, right? But my understanding is there was a run done by Jeff Johns. That run was adapted into the animated movie, which was called Superman Unbound. Now, in Superman Unbound, they actually take the Jeff Johns story even further and have it be the case that Kara witnesses Brainiac taking Kahndaq. Or is it not Kahndaq? Maybe I'm mixing that up. Maybe I'm mixing cities up. But like, so it's assumed by many that are following this stuff that in Supergirl, we are likely to see that Kara, just like in that animated movie, witnessed Brainiac. And that's potentially why she has such PTSD. And that's why she drinks so hard. That's why she's such a mess. So all of this could be pretty lit. Like that sounds kind of awesome. You know, Mary Poppins, y'all, is one of the best lines from the whole Infinity Saga. Don't you say that to me. That's a good line, but best in the saga?